Okay, so let's move on to our second topic, the Future Investment Initiative, its fifth year, the FII. It wrapped up its two-day event today. There's a lot to cover here, Richard. The event was opened with a performance by Gloria Gaynor, who sang her hit, I Will Survive. The FII is Saudi Arabia's premier annual conference hosted in Saudi Arabia. It's sometimes referred to as Davos in the desert. And really, it just attracts some of the biggest names, the brightest minds in finance, investment, but also government figures. This year, I mean, just to name a few, Larry Fink of BlackRock, David Solomon, Goldman Sachs, Ray Dalio, founder and chairman of Bridgewater Associates, many more. And it also always sees appearances and comments from just about every Saudi minister, top CEO in Saudi Arabia, and more. The event's a big who's who in doing business in Saudi Arabia. Each year, huge contracts are announced, these mega deals, but and I'm going to quote from an Arab news piece that we included in our Sustig news review today, which you can get at sustg.com. This year was a bit different. Writing for Arab News, Wael Mahdi described the different vibe this year. Quote, there was no talk about big contracts. Instead, the powerful participants were discussing how we can give back to humanity and solve big problems at a global level. It is all about sustainability and investing in humanity. Richard, there's a lot going on this week. Different vibe, though, to the FII.
Agreed. And I talked about public relations in our first segment. And when you look at the platform that FII has become, so 5 years ago, 2017, the first one, and what the big issue, the big things coming out of that one was the announcement of NEOM and the SoftBank Vision Fund, along with some other things. Then 2018, 2019, 2020 was virtual, I guess, in this January. So they're back in person now, 5 years, and you could, we're not global summiteers, so we can't personally compare, but you can argue it's a top 5 global summit. This is 5 years down the road, and this is what Saudi Arabia. When you start these things, this is the purpose of this. This is a platform for Saudi Arabia to share its narrative, to push its storylines. And when you have the G20 last year, you have this year, you have a number of events now where Saudi Arabia is seen as a global player, as a constructive global player, and as a forward-thinking global player. This is all different. And I think this is all when they conceive of these things, and so much of what comes out of Saudi Arabia to the layman, the innocent bystander, it seems so grandiose. Everything is mega giga, and it's and you wonder what the purpose is. So, but you see the FII 5 years down the road that it has a real purpose, and from Saudi Arabia's perspective, it's a great platform. But it's also clearly become a forum for discussing topics of the day that are meaningful. And I think the theme of this one was investing in humanity. Again, as you pointed out accurately, I think, a little different than the sort of showcase for Saudi things and Saudi initiatives that it dominated it early on. This still has, where Saudi Arabia were doing things, but it has, like the G20, it's talking about globally important topics that matter to every country, not just Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about how different this felt this year, watching it from afar, watching it online, than, for example, the first FII. I mean, the events have been awkward at times. They have a sort of World's Fair, or at least they used to have like a World's Fair vibe to them, where like a robot would come out and a robot would get citizenship. And of course, there was the FII that took place just after the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. And, the whole world was looking at this event, just wondering to see like what will happen, almost as an entertainment thing. But it really is striking how much Saudi Arabia has changed in 5 years. And it kind of to see this conference grow up a little bit from being like a big announcement, big deal forum where there's MOUs, $100 billion, whatever, and have it more be like, hey, these are the 5 smartest guys in finance, and we're going to start talking about crypto and the future of investing and stuff like that. It's just like, it's really cool to see this global forum kind of mature over time.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be, and you're exactly right. I mean, you have Stephen Schwarzman over there talking about U.S. inflation, and it's a broader palette that they paint from now.